You are watching and listening to Sun FM TV.
We came, we saw, we conquered, and we continue to grow. Watch what you hear. Radio Gone TV. Sun FM TV would like to welcome the following towns to Top Star Channel 91. Ndola, Kitwe, Luanshya, Mufulira, Kalulushi, Chengola, Chililabombwe, Kapiriamposhi, Kabwe, Lusaka, Kafue, Choma, Mazabuka, Livingston, Chipata, Chinsali, Kasama, Mansa, Solwezi, and Mongo. Feel free to interact with us and let us know where you are watching from. Only on your Top Star Decoders Channel 91, Sun FM TV. Radio Gone Rogue. Radio Gone TV.
Good morning, beautiful viewers of Sun FM TV, and welcome to Sports with the Boys. But today there is a lady in front of you, so welcome to Sports with the Boys. So the show won't change. And today, as usual, I'm joined by great analysts who are able to analyze all activities. And then there is a lot happening in Zambia.
That's it.
Being
Yes.
a press
We have
freedom,
always been talking of men, but today, that's it.
being
Yes.
a press
We have
freedom,
always been talking of men, but today, I think we are becoming. I think we are becoming gender balanced. Yes, which is good for the program. Gender balance. Yes, which is good for the program.
Coach Muzo, welcome and how are you? Coach Muzo, welcome and how are you?
and
How's your weekend?
if I'm not, the weekend was okay, and it's good being a lady before us.
Thank you. And World Press Freedom Day to all journalists out there. So because without them, we wouldn't be having this information we're having on right time, and there couldn't be such kind of dissemination. So kudos to all journalists out there.
Okay, yeah,
Dissemination. So kudos to all journalists out there.
okay, yeah.
So let's get
Up with the games which were coming in fast at a very fast rate. So after having sat down and composed themselves, they thought, no, let's go for it. We can get back the Absa Cup. I thought never expected them to reach the final of the Absa Cup. I was among those people who thought if at the
It's of course they lost a game against the score, which was just a clear. This is what I've always been saying to the viewers and the listeners there. You know, I don't know what is Nkana, what they stand for, because you know, even in a bad day, that Zesco is not in its form. Nkana has always lost to Zesco. So this time around now, it's a third loss to Zesco. They have lost both games, both two league games, home and away to Zesco, and again to Zesco, and again Absa. They were booted out by Zesco. So, you know, we should not have such a scenario that we should just be talking of the history that, you know, 2 years ago, Kana was beaten by Forest, and again, people should be betting through that. I think they need to up their games. But however, let's come to the issue of when people came. You know, Kana was about third or fourth from the bottom, but now they are fighting for a third slot. You know, to me, it's a good run from Kana. You know, looking at where they were when people took over. So I think it's high time maybe they put their house in order and try to. There's always the next time.
okay. Before I ask you the question that you're eager that you're waiting for me to ask, do you think it would be ideal for the team to extend or to renew his contract next year because it's expiring?
A coach for them to do is, I think even tomorrow they should renew his contract so that he doesn't go anywhere else.
Okay. Who are topping the league as of now, as I'm speaking, by a goal to nil. So in the final at the same venue, which will be held at the 10th of May 2025 at Levi Mwanawasa, we'll see Zesco United in action against Red Arrows. Coach Muzo, do you see Zesco United beating Red Arrows, looking at their form? Because I've noticed most of their wins, Zesco United, let me say 3 or 4 consecutive games, they don't score more goals just apart from one.
And thank you for that observation as well. I've always stated it on this program.
You know their weakness that they are not able to score a lot of goals, especially goals more than 2. The best thing that they are doing at the moment, whatever goal they score, they are able to defend it. You cannot sustain. So, you know, they always win by a goal, but they have collected 3 points, which is good for them. So, you know, when we come to the game that they played against Nkana, this is what I stated, you know, I don't know the challenge that, the phobia that Nkana has towards Zesco. In a bad day, Zesco has always become victorious against Nkana, you know, game. So, you know, when you look at how much they invested and the monies they are making, there's no correlation there. So I think it's right time Zesco started buying the top class players who are active, not just to buy names. But when you look at all the Absa, not even a goal. It's up to people to judge if he's a good striker. So I think Zesco should change the way they are acquiring players. They are buying names.
Yeah, we can go on and on and on and talk about Zesco United, but please, 10th May, which will be on a Saturday.
We'll go to a tournament, have 1 point and 1 goal.
Okay. Alex, thank you for joining us. A question to you. Do you see Zambia beating Egypt, who are the hosts in this Africa Cup under 20 of Nation Total Energies, which will be played in Egypt at the Tolip Falex Annex Facility 1 at 17 hours? Do you see Zambia securing maximum points?
Anyway, they say in football everything is possible.
Definitely.
And I know that Egypt are wounded. They are coming from a 4-1 loss at the hands of, Sierra Leone. So they will do everything possible to make sure, they have their own chances. Yes, we did play against Sierra Leone. We didn't to erase that particular record. So if you look at the permutations, yes, Kennedy has told us it favors the Egyptians. They are enjoying home support, but in modern football, things have changed now. You notice game, so it's very much possible for Zambia to beat Egypt, but I tell you, it will not be easy. What will be key is for Zambia to take their chances. If you remember in the game against Sierra Leone, we created a number of chances. I know Coach Muzo can agree with me, but the boys were a little bit selfish. I mean, they failed to make the right judgment. So.
Okay.
Otherwise, playing against Egypt before their home support, it's going to be a daunting task for our boys.
The start game, it's a loss. So Zambia here, they singled up 1 point.
Yeah.
I think it was quite a good assessment for the coach to know where to play the boys. The worst thing that a coach can do is to start changing the lineup completely.
Unnecessarily.
So the boys have already felt it and they already collected a point. But now, by now, they forget about the name Egypt. They just say we want to win the game. Then Zambia will be done.
And then what is more is what helped us actually win that AFCON at home. What I've seen in Boyd Mulwanda's team, we have individual brilliance. You have Sabobo Banda, you have the other boys that are trying to, assure the world to say this is what I can do on the pitch. But what is lacking in them is to play as a unit. Because even in 2012, when we won the AFCON, I know Coach Muzo will agree with me. I know we'll go for a short break, but before that, let me just finish this point. We played as a unit. If we didn't play as a unit, then it was going to be impossible for us to win the tournament. Remember, we were underdogs in 2012. So even now, we are not the best team. We are not the best team at the tournament. But what is needed in that particular squad is unity, and then we can get the result.
Okay, let's go for a short break, and then we'll talk more about the Zambia Premier League, which will be in action today. So teams will be playing. Sure, let's go for a short break.
Sun Sport.
Sports with the boys, but there is a lady in your midst. So let's dive into it. So a press statement was issued coming from the Zambia Premier League, but that all National League fixtures for week 34 have been suspended. So these games are not going to. So they did make a U-turn after that press statement was issued. Anyway, I won't mention the name. I wouldn't want to be cited for anything.
It's in the public domain.
Yes,
It's in the public
yes.
domain.
And it's very unfortunate they're making.
I want to
message.
mention the team.
Now
I don't
Africa-
want to mention
no,
the
no,
team.
what I'm saying is now Africa Pampika. Mpika, there's only Kasama in between and the Senga Hill, somewhere there, Mbala, and Africa Kumpulung. Hello, my baby, no, you're not going to play this game, you have to go back to your
And
place.
they made the U-turn coming back.
Yes, this is
And
why
they-
I'm asking, are they going to refund them?
So is the Zambia Premier League going to refund?
Okay,
them.
okay,
That
no,
team
okay,
is
okay.
very-
Lessons learned. I wouldn't want us to go so much on that. Next time they will do better to communicate well. So please, let's dive into business. But next time they'll
No,
communicate.
even this was business.
Even this one, Agnes. In fact,
What
we
ex-
need, no, we need to dwell much on such issues
Yes.
so that you know we are servants of the truth. That's number one, and we are ambassadors of these teams because.
People to have done, because teams have already started traveling. They would have immediately after the games they play, then they tell them that the other games we are going to announce this.
And
Okay,
if,
for the,
and if you read the statement further, Agnes, you will learn that the excuse they gave was that they are suspending before the league comes to an end. They had all this time. There was a time that we had national team duties, and the ZPL is not involved with the preparation of national teams.
There was foul play, this and that, but we don't have evidence to that. You know, this game against the Atletico de Lusaka, I think in them they don't fight for it. These two remaining games definitely they did it.
they are very important to them.
Definitely
Very
it's
dear.
important, but the challenge with Indeni, they can never give you a game easily. You know, this is the team that is preparing for next
season,
next
Division
season.
1.
So they need to make sure that they go with right players, so that these guys next year they.
Box and somebody is playing around with it or not in it in the net. So they just have to adjust fast to the pitch for them to survive in then. Otherwise, in then, just like Kenneth has put it, it's not an easy team to beat.
Okay, chip
let
in.
me quickly.
Under 90 seconds. please.
Yeah. Let me quickly conclude on this fixture. Just like Coach Muzo has said, Agnes, when you want to win a game at Indeni Sports Complex, you play what is known as direct football.
Okay.
So Atletico Lusaka use an artificial turf. So they play. They're a passing team, just like Coach Muzo has put it. They have youngsters who like to show. Atletico Lusaka should brace themselves for a very, very tough game.
Okay. And then Forest Rangers playing against Red Arrows who are coming kumpango. Why in So
I thought I was the only one who had such language.
No.
You know,
My head.
of course, people should not the game. You know, Red Arrows, they are out of title. It's only they are just banking on ABSA. So I think we need them to give us a conviction why they qualified for ABSA finals.
okay.
How do they need to do this? They need to make sure that they play their games out their lungs. But as I stated, we are coming. I don't see those chickens were making Forest to win the game. But
No,
I don't know
Okay,
what
Coach
they-
Muzo, you can chip in. You can
What
chip
I
in.
wanted to say is, I know we all know that Red Arrows, they have lost grip on
On the tide.
yes, on the tide, and they are trying.
Season. I think Matthews Injov
management
Shevereza
too.
is should be coach number 4, if my memory serves me right, because we had Mwenyach Pepo who left them.
Kashobo
Yeah,
remained as a coach.
Yeah, no. Then Bakala left them. There was Manchi Janza, who was
Kashobo-
out. 4 coaches now. Each coach has their own philosophy. Coach Muzo will agree with me that it takes time for players to adapt to your style of play as a coach, and even your the way you approach games. Mkana are frustrated as we speak.
Indeed, they are.
They are frustrated because obviously of what happened during the ABSA. They are frustrated because of what happened against Power Dynamos. I say this, if you saw their reaction when they are playing the ABSA, but just the reaction from the players and the technical bench tells you that there's frustration in this team. Now they have crossed the Kafue River. They are going to Mazabuka. And it's not easy playing Muza at home. So Muza know already that Nkana